Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and author. And today we are going to do a little bit of goal setting. So I have not really done a video about how I'm like goal planning and all of that this year because I've been tweaking how I want to do it. And since it was kind of an in progress situation, I didn't really know how to like talk about it or explain what I was doing or how I was doing it and all of that. So I think that I have kind of landed on a way to do this that's really like helpful for me and my brain and the way that I process information and all of that good stuff. And it's not really that different from what I was doing before. I think I just needed, I don't know, I just was feeling a little bit like lost in the system or like overwhelmed by what I was doing. It just wasn't like clicking for me. So I have moved. I was using like an A5 system, which has not changed. I just moved it into a different cover and adjusted how I was doing what I was doing. So I am currently in my A5 Filofax. Geesh. This is the nude patent cover. I have had this for a very long time. I still love it. I don't really have it set up in the way that I want to. Like I do want to make it prettier and more aesthetically pleasing for me, but I also needed to like get in and do what I needed to do. So I didn't, excuse me, so I didn't really have time to worry about the aesthetics of it all. So what I ended up doing was getting these inserts from Squared Plans, which are, I got a couple of different ones. Let me just flip you back here to like an month. And I have 6 months, the first 6 months of the year in here. So I can't remember what, I think they're two different inserts and I can't remember what they're called specifically, but I will list them below. And these are essentially like a version of a Happy Planner layout. So you get a monthly and then you get like a weekly dashboard overview, which I think is super helpful. I was doing like my content planning and my like book planning in a B6 bound faded chronicles, and as much as I love that planner and I really do love it, it wasn't really working for me and the way that I like plan out my content and stuff, and it wasn't really like what I needed. So I don't know, hopefully I can find another use for it because I do really love the planner, but this is what I need for right now. So I got the weekly dashboard layout, which I really like. So you get all of the, you get the monthly calendar and then all of the weeklies, and they come, you get like the whole year. So that's one insert. And then I also got her monthly, I think it's called the monthly something. I don't know. But this is also her version of a happy planner layout. I had this happy planner a long time ago, this when they originally came out with the layout. And I had used it for goal setting, I think like a couple years ago. But at the time, it just didn't really work for me. So you get this kind of landing page, if you will. You get habit trackers, kind of a bigger to-do list. I have been using this for priorities. You get this sort of flex space over here, and then you get your tasks. And I think this is broken down by week because you can use this for like a day, yeah, like daily tasks. I think that's how they have it laid out, but don't quote me on that. So you get a couple of these, enough for like a month, and then a little bit of space down here, notes on the back, and then it goes into the next month. So I got these at the beginning, not at the beginning of the month, but sort of mid-February. And I will show you how I have them set up. So this is the monthly, like with my videos on it. I typically like to have my content written in pencil, and then when it actually goes up, I will write it in ink and then highlight it. But I didn't do that completely with this, although this video went up. This video did not go up. And then these are blog posts. So and then you can kind of see where I got it. So this was like the first full week of me having it. And then I just put like things that I needed to do on specific days. This was kind of a list of things that I wanted to get done that week, and then just kind of like a running task list, space for analytics. I threw a little deco on there to make it look nice. So that is kind of how the weekly dashboard worked out. I'm really liking it. And then this is what I used for my February goal setting, which we're going to kind of go over this. And then I just use this to break down my content. So on one page I had videos, on another page I had blog posts. I kind of had like what I wanted, the content that I wanted to put out, and then I just listed out kind of all the steps involved and checked them off as I got them done. That way, if I'm batching work, then I know like where I am in the process. And then I highlighted once they like posted or went live or whatever the case may be. So that is working. I really liked how that worked. So that is what we are going to be doing today. We're just going to like set up my goals for March. And then if you have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I have my goals also in my personal rings, because this is my main planning system, and it is really the planner that I am in like every day. Although I have been leaving this like open in like my planning space so that I can work on things. And then I have these inserts from Kina Prints that have my weekly action steps. And then I will either put these things like on my weekly to-do list, assign them to days, whatever I need to do. So let's kind of dive in and talk about what my goals were and how I did. Okay, let's start with my priorities. So my kind of the My top three priorities were number one, to publish my book. Number two was to I'm going through the process of like rebranding my blog, and YouTube goes along with that and all of that stuff. So I wanted to get that launched. And then number three, I just had as slow down and embrace joy. So priority number one, my book I did not publish my book in February, but it will go live on Friday, March 6th. So I'm counting that as a win because it was finished and uploaded, like sort of everything that I needed to do to prep it was finished. But I needed to have time to order a proof copy and read through and do any like last minute editing. So I'm counting that as a win because everything is all set to go for that. I did start my rebranding, but I'm not ready to launch that. And I think that I am just going to wait to do that. And we'll kind of talk about that as we talk about what I want to do for March. And then I didn't well, I did spend time with my friends. We went out we actually celebrated like Galentine's Day on Valentine's Day. So that was amazing. I had an amazing kind of impromptu date night with my husband to celebrate. That was fantastic. I managed to kind of talk to my siblings more this month, which I'm trying to make a priority. My siblings are, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I am the youngest in my family. By like there's a very large age gap between my siblings and I. So like my siblings are all boomers and I am Gen X, so they're like in there. My the age gap between me and like the sibling closest to me is one of my brothers, and he is 17 years older than me. So I guess he's almost 70 or so. I don't know. I don't math. But yeah, so I kind of have to make like more of an effort to do that, which I wanted to do. My oldest brother passed away a little over a year ago, so I just kind of want to make it a priority to kind of stay in touch with my other siblings. So I did that. These are like my areas of life, or kind of my goal breakdown areas, and you can kind of see. So heart and home, which is kind of like friends, family, and like home environment. So I did have a date night with my husband. I went out with my friends on a girls' night, and we still have not had a family dinner with the big kids just because everyone's schedules are kind of complicated right now. Author studio. So I checked off Publish Merit Ever After. That is the name of my novel because it's all prepped and ready to go and launch. I did the marketing for that book, kind of queued up all of my social media posts around that. Finished the new outline of book 2. So Merit Ever After is the first book in a 3-book contemporary romance series. You don't have to read them all or read them in order, but they're kind of like loosely connected. The 3 main characters are friends. So I did a 0 draft of book 2, and upon read through kind of figured out like where there were some plot holes and some things that needed to be added, that sort of stuff. So I wanted to get like a tighter outline of that book. I'm a plotter. So I did that, and then I wanted to add 30,000 words to my zero draft. I started adding words. I did not get close to adding 30,000 words. It just wasn't happening this month, and I'm okay with that. So I just put a little dot there, which means it's been started. Flourish is kind of like, how can I, it's like building skills and that sort of thing for me. What do I have it as? So Flourish is like business planning, goal planning, training, skill development, finances, and financial literacy. So log expenses is like a maintenance goal. It's just something that I need to continue to do and be aware of as I sort of launch this book business. This is log expenses like for my own kind of creative endeavors, not expenses like for my family. And then I wanted to set a good, better, best goal for my book launch, which I did. So kind of these things I did manage to do. I'm happy with where I am. Then we will jump up here to creative life. And this is like, basically like content things, my newsletter thing, like any sort of like social media kind of stuff and social platform related things. So I wanted to set up the newsletters for both of my like websites. I have one website, which is like CourtneyRay.com, which is more of like a lifestyle site. And then I have my author website, which is CourtneyChase.com, which is like all of my book stuff. I want to get newsletters on both of those blogs. I did not manage to do that this month. I wanted to post at least 2 videos on YouTube this month, which I did. I wanted to post for YouTube Shorts. I just kind of forget about Shorts and Reels. I'm not very good at that. I did not do that. And I wanted to get up 3 blog posts. I only managed to get 2 up, but I'm like happy with the 2 that I posted. I'm getting sort of more comfortable with them being like more like personal kind of essays. And then the last category is Nourish, which is kind of my own, it's like mental and physical health, hobbies, creative expression, self-care, spirituality, like my tarot study, and then like my personal curriculum, self-study stuff. I did not manage to do anything related to that this month. I had a February TBR. I think I started 2 of those books. I haven't finished them. I had like maybe 3 guitar lessons this month. If you didn't know, or I don't know if I've mentioned it, but my husband bought me an electric guitar for Christmas. I don't know how to play the guitar, electric or otherwise. So I'm kind of teaching myself how to do. I wanted it. I don't like, that sounds weird. Like I saw this guitar and I was like, oh my God, that's so adorable. If I ever were to play a guitar, it would be that one. And he ended up getting it for me for Christmas. So it's not like he just bought me something random that I have no use for. And then I did not really do anything with my personal curriculum this month. So these were kind of my big tasks that sort of moved the ball forward in a lot of these areas. So I wanted to research my newsletter options. which I needed to do this, which I have done, and I've kind of figured out the way that I want to go with that. I needed to finish designing the cover for my book. I did that. Content planner wasn't working. I wanted to kind of figure out what the hell I was doing in terms of that, which I did. I needed to format the front of the book matter, which is like copyright, quotes, dedications, like all of that stuff, which I did. I did not get my office closet cleaned out. I did start it, but it still is very much a mess and a work in progress. I wanted to create all the graphics and stuff that I needed for my book launch. I did that, and then I wanted to kind of pull together what I was thinking in terms of branding for the blog and newsletter and all of that. So I did create a branding board with my color palette and the fonts that I want to use and all of that kind of stuff. So that is where we are. I did want to use this space to kind of write out my wins, which I will do now. So I think my biggest win is book is finished and actually launching, which is like kind of terrifying to say out loud, but what else? I had a really great time. God, that's messy, but whatever. So book is finished and launching. I had a really great night out with my girls. I need to, like, we just need to do that much more frequently. We all have kind of hectic schedules, but when we do manage to go out, we always have an amazing time. These are like my core group of girlfriends. We have been friends since the 5th grade. So going on 43 years, and just kind of having a connection with people who have known you like through ages and stages of your life where you don't really have to explain, they just kind of get it, is like an amazing thing. Went skiing with my son and my husband. It was very cold, but we had a good time. And let's see, I felt creative and inspired. Let's see, despite the state of the country, I was able to what's the word I want to do? I mean to use to Not sure that's exactly what I wanted to say, but it's the point. Okay, so that was February, and now we are going to turn to March and kind of get things set up for that. So I think that I am going to take these out because I need to look back and remember how I did this. Okay, so I did take some notes of what I wanted to get done. Okay, so my March priorities are to launch the newsletters. Let's see. Let's see. Finish. Draft 2 of book 2. Don't really like how I'm writing, but it's okay. And then I also need to, so I talked a little bit about how I wanted to like rebrand and do all that with my blog. So I am going to work on that this month and then just do a Q2 relaunch. So I want to prep blog for okay, so those are my big priorities. And then this is where I'm going to do like my areas of focus. So I used stickers last time and I am enjoying doing that. So let me see. What I want to use. Hang on. Okay, I think I'm going to use this book from Happy Planner. I think last year, maybe around the end of the year, I don't know when it was, but anyway, Happy Planner was having a really big sale, and I think I got a bunch, like 5 or 6 sticker books for like $30 or something, and this was one of them. So we are going to, I'm trying to see like what the longest sort of list I have is. Okay, let's do, I think the author one is always going to be, well, not always, but is currently going to be the longest. And I kind of wanted to use this. Okay. So let's put this here. Let's see if I can even put stickers down straight. Probably not. Okay. Let's let's do that there. So this is my like author studio. So I want to continue. To market book 1. Then I want to let's see. Complete. Second draft book 2. Then I want to do that wasn't the longest one. Oh, let's see. Apply to 1. Author event, which kind of scares the crap out of me, but we're gonna kind of go for it. And then I need to update okay, so that's that. Do I have like a label to put on it? What did I do with the, like what did I do with the freaking sticker book? Maybe not. Oh yeah, I do. So let's do how did I have this? Author studio. Okay, and then we have let's do this one for creative. So I want to follow. Oh, this is terribly crooked. Oh my goodness, Courtney, what the? What the heck? Okay, that's a little bit better. So let's see. I want to follow my content calendar. Which we'll see. Let's see. I want to post for I just need to get better at those. And then I would like to have like 2 weeks. I would like to be able to like prep my content like 2 weeks at a time so that I don't feel like I'm always like having to create, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does or not. So this is, do I have a label for that? I thought I had like little blank circles, but maybe they don't. I don't want to waste a lot of time. Oh, they have circles, but they're not blank. Okay, let's just do this, and then we'll do like a little layering situation. Bro, this is why I just use deco stickers, because like, what do you mean this is so incredibly crooked? What is happening here? Okay, and this is creative. Okay, I think I'm going to use one of these, if this works, for is that gonna, hopefully, okay, I'm like, hopefully that fits because it's down there and it's crooked, but we're just gonna roll with it. So this is going to be heart and home. I want to, let's see, finish. I need to like get this stuff out of my office closet. I also want to start the like basement project, which is basically like organization. We have a finished basement and it goes through its phases of being like a space that we can use and a space that is just kind of holding all of the shit, which right now it's holding all of the shit and we just need to get it organized. We've been talking about like buying shelves. My son's like Lego situation is down there, and we have a bunch of like old toys and stuff of his that we need to go through and either trash or donate, that sort of thing. So I want to start that this month. Hopefully this is like a first 2 weeks of the month project, and then this is like a end of the month project. My son's spring break starts at the end of the month, so maybe I can work on that during spring break. And then my husband and I need a date night. Put it up here. And then I would like to have like a coffee date with my daughters, but I have to see like what their availability is. So oh my gosh, that's my stomach. I'm sorry. That is house and home. And then we just kind of have one more. Which is not that. I don't think I need that much space for it, but I wish I had. Can I fit this here maybe? I mean, we could do a little bit of overlap. Is this gonna fit? Yeah. Oh, just barely. Okay, so we're gonna do, what is this last one? Flourish. Or no, that's nourish. Oh. Okay, I did not think that out well. And that's crooked. Hang on, I need to think of something. Okay, sorry, I had to do some reconfiguring because I was getting a little bit confused. And then I think I'm just gonna put one of these in that space, perhaps. Let's do this one. Oh my gosh, my ears are ringing suddenly. So we'll do that there. And then this is going to be flourish. And then I think I want to put a box there for nourish, but it doesn't have to be. Do I have any more of those? Just like plain boxes? What did I do with them? See, this is what I mean by like stickers gets me distracted, but like I also kind of miss using them. So, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, and then we'll put this here. Is that where I had it last time? It was. Okay, so we'll do that there. I need like a little label, and then we will where is the one that I took up? Actually, you know what we'll do? They have this washi, I think. So why don't we just like layer that? That works. let's do this one. Okay, so we'll do this here, and then we'll do, actually, let's move this down. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do, is that better? Hopefully I have enough room for what I want to write in here. But we're just going to put nourish. So this is just, I want to read 2 books. I want to, let's see, 3x week. I really need to get back on my Peloton. And then, let's see, we'll do 3x for guitar. I really do want to prioritize that. And then this is flourish. So what do I have for this? I want to continue tracking expenses. I want to use like my big, or not my big camera, but like my actual camera instead of my phone. And then I want to challenge myself to make one video that's sort of out of my comfort zone. Okay, so that is flourish. Where was I going to put that? I do really wish I had a little circle thing. Maybe I'll just write it on there. And then I wanted to do like a little quote or something there. Let's see if this book has one. Let's also do this here. Let's just stick it here. Doesn't have to be perfect, Courtney. And then we'll see if I can find a quote to put in there. Oh, here's one. What if we do work hard, play hard? And then this is, okay, that was kind of painful. And then let's get this done. So this is going to be my priorities. And how did I do that last month? Is there a priority sticker? there is important. I might just do importance. Oh no, here's one that says priority. Let's do this and then see if I have anything that I can. Aren't there some flowers somewhere in here? Oh yeah, here they are. Well, let's just put this down and then maybe just like one of these little, I don't know if this is like a butterfly or a moth or what's happening. So let's put that there and then we'll do this here. Is that crooked? A little bit, yeah, but we're going to roll with it. And then I know that I just saw some things that said like, get it done or something like that. Yeah, get it done is fine, or no. Yeah, let's do. I don't need these trackers, or at least I haven't figured out a way to use them as of yet. So let's do what I did last month, which was just cover it up. Good days ahead. Keep it moving. Yeah, let's do that. Keep it moving. Because then I can do, I don't think I need all of these spaces, but I can move this down a little bit here. Oh my gosh, I did it upside down. Ah! Literally, this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Okay. Third time's the charm. Is this the third time? Fifth time's the charm? Whatever. Okay. Okay. Get it done. And then maybe some deco here. Let's do another. Butterfly, and then I can do my master task list. I promise it did not take this long before. How do I want? Okay, let's do. So let's do this like this. And then we will do like maybe a next month box. That might work if I can find a little one or once again, my stomach's growling, I'm sorry. So we could do next month here. Oh no, actually, I think I will put like my analytics here. That works, and then we'll just do notes. Okay, yay! I finally finished. So let's do kind of my big to-dos for the month. So I need to let's see, I need to finish branding. I need to research author events to find one to see if I can sign up. Oh, I need to set up my Goodreads author page. I haven't done that yet. I need to, let's see. Links, etc. for author site. Those need to be updated. I need to plan at least, let's do 3 days. For content batching, I need storage for the closet. And I think that's it that I can think of. Yeah, oh, I need a new author photo. Okay. All right, that's kind of my big to-do list for the month. And I am going to put this back in here. Okay, I took kind of everything that we did over here and put it in my March in my personal ring so that when I plan out my week, I can pull my weekly action steps from this list of things. So I hope that was helpful in some way. It really, like, if I'm doing this just like on my own while I'm like watching TV or something, it does not take me quite as long as it took me today. And I think always kind of making it decorative takes a little bit longer. Maybe I should have planned that out first. Who knows? We're just kind of winging it right now with some things. So I'm going to put that there so that I can flip to where I need to go. But anyway, yeah, this is my goal plan, what I'm kind of working towards for March. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, do all of the YouTubey things. Thank you so much for spending part of your day hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video.